Today I'm reviewing Pro X by Reynolds Bags. This is the new 2026 stamped Pro X. Reynolds has overhauled this bag, really changed everything. It was well worth me going in and doing a whole new review because it's a completely different bag than what the old Pro X was. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's break these new bags down. I'll tell you all about them. As always, start with materials. We'll start with the slow side here. This is, of course, one of the big changes. This now slow side is a hybrid material. Used to be a carpet material. Now it's a hybrid material. It's actually the same slow side material that you find on the slow side of the Brotherhood Guardian, the True Cornhole Trimmer, the CBC NV, the Southwest LTD. It's a very popular hybrid material. It plays about a 5-speed. It has control to it. It's still very hole-friendly for control you get. So it plays a touch slower than, say, like that Viper R slow side does. A little more control to it. So it's great to kind of, for those people who like to play a little bit of a dirty style game, but you still want a material that's a little more hole-friendly. It's a touch faster than that carpet that was on this original Pro X. Pro X used to have the same carpet as the Pro Advantage, right? It was a true 100% carpet material, polypropylene material. Now you have this hybrid, which is a blend of polypropylene, polyester. Touch faster, still has some control to it, maybe not as much control, but it's definitely more hole friendly, definitely more forgiving. So this material doesn't have as much of a kick as that carpet does. For those of you who don't throw flat, you'll love to hear that. This material is much more forgiving. The bag itself has got a lot more forgiveness to it than the old Pro X has had to it. So 5-speed on the slow side here. It's also very good. It's a material that plays really well in a variety of different weather conditions, board conditions. So humidity does well in humidity. If you play in there's big tournaments or there's tournaments where board conditions change or different boards play different speeds, this material plays pretty consistent. So you can just throw the same material, same bag, not have to really change or throw that much, not have to change your bags from board to board or change your bags as conditions change. So a lot of consistency across the board of the plane, of the play style of this, or the play speeds of the slow side. 5-speed on the slow side here is Pro X's fast side. This is the same fast side that you find on the fast side of the True Cornhole Conspiracy, Sub-Zero Glacier. Same fast side that Man Bags uses on the Sentinel S and Sentinel I recently reviewed. It's an 8-speed material, very similar to the fast side that was on the original Pro X. Very similar to the play speed of it. Slightly different material. I actually like the material a little better, but it still plays about an 8-speed. It's fast. It's great for pushing those blockers all the way up and into the hole. It's great for bullying bags out of the way. It's great for dealing with congestion around the board. Very hole friendly side here. So you got about a 5-8 speed on these Pro X's. Template wise, it's a medium template bag, kind of right down the middle. That really what I would call the quote unquote normal template for most ACL stamp, most bags in general. Really, this is what I would say is a normal template size. Fill wise, a medium amount of fill, but it's on the fuller side of medium. This bag does have a fuller feeling to it. Now you do have some flop here. These two materials do stretch. They loosen up some, so you do have some flop to it. It is not an overly floppy bag. In fact, if I were to classify it as anything, I would classify it more as a fuller bag than a regular normal bag. That makes sense. Enough fill in here when I grip the bag, had complete control, complete lockdown, fill it all the way up my butterfly grip, which means I can manipulate this bag and get it to come out the way I want. So for shot shaping, cuts, roll flops, you can really get this bag to come out with your tilts on there for the cuts, the front load flop, back load roll. You can really manipulate the bag really nicely. The fill in here is it's 100% flat fill. I don't feel any round beads whatsoever. I don't know if it's a blend. There may be some different types of flat fills in here, so it may be a blended fill. I can't really tell. It's smaller type of fill, so it has a much finer feeling to it, which gives the bag a really nice hand feel. These two materials are very soft, and you add this really fine fill, and this bag has a very, very soft hand feel. If you almost like a pillowy marshmallow feel to it, if you like soft bags, you're going to love this way this new Pro X's feel. That's definitely an improvement over the old Pro X, is the hand feel. Really does have a wonderful feel to it. I love the way. That's the first thing. So I pick these bags up, I immediately was blown away. Like, these bags feel good, even brand new. Like, these feel really good brand new. Once I broke them in, they've just gotten softer and softer, and I really do enjoy the way these Pro X's feel. So if hand feel is important to you, you're going to love the way these Pro X's feel. These are also ACL stamps. I mentioned these have the 2026 stamp, which is the new change. So if you're looking to buy a set of bags, if you go 25 or older, you're going to get the old version, 26. And I guess for now, you only buy the 26, but 2614 is probably going to be this new version of the Pro X. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the things I wish, can I get on my soapbox for a minute here? I wish that if I want to complain about one thing, it's the fact they kept the Pro X name. One, the Pro X was my favorite bag Reynolds make. I really love that bag. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, true carpet bag. That being said, I didn't throw it a lot, right? I really gravitated more to these hybrid materials over the traditional carpet materials. So I'm not completely upset that they changed that bag, because I probably don't throw it that much. But the keeping the name Pro X without any kind of identifier, like a Pro X2 or version 2 or something, I almost wish they had changed the name completely, because it can get confusing. If you're a new player and you go to a blind draw or something, you end up in a league, you're throwing someone else's bags, you go, oh, they have a Pro X. You're like, I like these. I want to go buy them. You come home, you get on the website, you buy a set of Pro X's, and you may have thrown the older version and you get this new one. you may not be disappointed in the bag, but it's not what you're expecting. So I wish there was some way besides the year stamp that Reynolds had designated this was a newer bag. I'll get off my soapbox now. Let's go ahead and jump in, talk about playability on these Pro X's. And the playability has changed a lot. Not a lot. The playability has changed some of this. This is more of the old Pro X is really more of a true dirty style gameplay with blockers and shot shaping and all of that. This new version, you can still do that. You can still get up there and throw blockers. You got control here on the slow side. Put your blockers up there, level 1, level 2, level 3. You can do it no problem whatsoever. You've got the ability for cuts, rolls, flops. I will say on this, because of the forgiving materials and the really flat forgiving feel, not the easiest bag for shot shaping. So if you're below average or you're beginning, not the best bag for it. It's not a super bouncy active bag, much more forgiving. But even though it's on the fuller side, it's a softer landing bag. A lot has to do with the fill. This flat fill doesn't have a lot of bounce to it. So it's a softer landing bag, which means this bag is better suited to me for those people who don't throw flat or people who want to run bags in the hole. Shot shaping, if you're above average to advanced elite, you'll have no problem with that. I was able to throw my cut, my right to left cut, not a problem. It was the reverse cut, the left to right. I struggled with trying to get that to cut back. And it just this bag doesn't have enough bounce for me to really kind of hop over the bag like I'm used to doing it. But I was able to throw more of a get around, right? When I go around the left side of a bag, that because of my rotation spinning clockwise, it's better at grabbing and kind of spinning around. So I was able to do more of a get around than I was to do a reverse cut around the side. Just keep that in mind. Not the easiest bag for shot shaping. You can still do it, but you've got to be a little bit more skilled on that. Where the old Pro X was great for beginners to learn on, because it had a little more balance, a little more action to it. This one, much softer landing, much more forgiving landing. Not a bad thing. Again, this is much more forgiving for those who don't throw flat. Doesn't have much kick to it, doesn't have much bounce, so it's definitely going to suit a lot more different throwers out there, because not everybody throws flat. If you don't throw flat, you'll have more success with Pro X than you would with the older version. That makes sense out there. But definitely great for the dirty style gameplay as far as the blockers. Collectabilities on this bag is very easy because of the fullness of the bag. You're just coming down, clipping that corner. It doesn't smash up or cording up. You come down, clip the corner, and take it in. And I mentioned both materials super hole friendly. Get it up near the hole, it drips in really well. Even with the flat fill, typically I talk about flat fills not being very hole friendly. I didn't have a problem whatsoever with this bag. This bag drips in nicely. I think it's just because of the 2 hole friendly materials and the amount of filling here in this bag. You'll see a couple times the bags are hanging up here and they just dripped in. If I did leave a bag hanging, it wasn't hard to come down with another bag, just kind of bump into it and take it in. I didn't have to get super crazy aggressive to go after it. These bags are also good for those of you who like to just run bags in the hole, and that's the big change here, right? The old Pro X wasn't a great hole runner bag. These new Pro X's, I think, are a phenomenal hole runner bag. And that's where I think, for me, this is a bag I think is better suited for the hole runner. You can play dirty, but the shot shaping isn't quite as easy as some other bouncier bags are. This bag is better suited for the hole runner who wants to have some control on there, or maybe you play on faster boards, maybe you throw a little harder and you want a bag that has a little more control to it. That's where this Pro X comes in. You got the control there, but I think for me, I'm pulling this style of bag out. I'm looking to run bags in the hole just because of the fill and the forgiveness. Super soft landing, makes up for my mistakes. I don't have to be perfect on my throw. The bag can come out a little wonky. It's still going to land soft, flat, and outrun pretty straight and trip the board. It still does a good job, even if it's on the fuller side. It has enough flop to it. It does a good job of gripping that corner of the lip of the hole. So if I'm off left or right, I can still get that corner to dip in. It'll grab and hook. To be honest, I came to this review, I did want to like this version of the Pro X because I love the older version. I did want to like it. The more I threw this, the more I picked it up, the more I fell in love with it. I think Reynolds has done a great job revamping this bag and kind of brought the Pro X up into the current times of cornhole, right? This is a bag more comparable to what you're going to see out there at most cornhole tournaments as opposed to the old version. And I know Reynolds, they see the sales numbers, and even though I love the old Pro X, I'm guessing the sales probably weren't where they wanted them to be. I think once people start throwing this version, they're absolutely going to fall in love with it. It is a phenomenal bag. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. I think most people out there are going to love the way this bag feels and love the way the bag plays. And that leads me into availability. Reynolds has a website, reynoldsbags.com. As always, there's a link to the description for you guys. $90 for a set. It was $11.20 shipping, I think. So $101.20. Again, well worth it. Reynolds makes great bags. I've never had an issue with the quality of Reynolds bags. They're phenomenal at shipping time. You order bags. If I order bags, they're usually shipped out, depending on when I order, either that day or the next day, and I get them within a couple days. Like it's phenomenal how quick Reynolds gets their bags out. Love that about them. There's not a lot of wait time, so if you're in desperate need of a set of bags and you need them within a few days, Reynolds is probably the place to go. If you've thrown these new Pro X's, I'm always interested in hearing your thoughts. I love to hear you guys' opinions. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.